Hi everyone, welcome back to Box of Lights, and today I'm going to be giving you the elevator pitch for Deckers. Deckers, you've all been asking, it's going to come at Essen 2025. So Essen Spiel is in Europe, in Germany. This is the release. Pegasus are going to be doing distribution, and that will be in Europe, Australia, North America. So let's have a look. This is the game. Deckers is a deck building cooperative, plays 1 to 4 game. We're trying to use our decks to hack a network of servers to overcome a series of objectives and defeat the final objective and win the game. We're going to do this co-op. You can play solo, 2, 3, or 4. Each player in the game will take on one of these 5 colors. Every color has 2 profiles, and every profile has a unique ability. So there's a lot of asymmetry in this game, not just in their ability, but also in their decks. So if we look here, this is Kelly Nexus. She's green. And flip side, Monty Quantum. They each have their own ability and each have their own deck. So have a quick look at their decks. The decks consist of 15 cards, 15 command cards. And with those commands, you're going to be able to place new viruses up here. They're called programs in Deckers. So you can place new programs, and programs will each bring its own skills and abilities to the network as you hack it. These are the programs. There's 2 different tokens, and there are blue on one side, green on the other for one, and then yellow on one side and red on the other for another. So your supplies are limited, and if you use it as green, you can't use it as blue. And if you use it as red, you can't use it as yellow. But there's going to be lots of different cards and effects that allow you to flip tokens, so you can change their ability as you hack these networks. Now, once you get 3 of a kind of one type of program on the network, you can upgrade it to an installation. So you'll find that there's these square tokens as well that correspond to each of the 4 colors. So I can change 3 blue programs into a blue installation, and a blue installation will bring its own upgraded effects. Same for yellow, same for red, same for green. So these are your means to hack the network and solve these objectives. You'll have a series of objectives. There'll be copper, silver, and gold. Okay, so we start with the copper ones. These are like your basic ones. These, if you complete them, then you'll have a reward. The rewards of copper are really good. The rewards for silver are less good. And oftentimes, if you fail a silver objective, there'll be a bad punishment. But if you succeed, it'll be a less bad punishment. So it kind of works this way. And then gold. Gold is your final objective. Once you complete gold, you win the game. Copper and silver, you don't need to win. But if you look on on the back of each one, there's a reward for success and then a penalty for failure. Same for silver, but for gold, it's a win or lose. So this is your fail, game over, you lose. Succeed, congratulations, you've won. All right, so copper, silver, and gold. The other thing that the game brings is what we call an SMC, a supermassive computer. And this is kind of like the boss that you're fighting. So it's easiest. So the starter one is called Alpha Moby. Each SMC, and we've got 9 SMC cards in Deckers. There's 7 SMCs, and they run from Alpha Moby up through Spider, Glom, Viking, Logi, Sentinel, and Mother are your ultimates. Okay, so Spider and Glom are 2-star, Viking and Logi are 3-star, Sentinel and Mother are 4-star, and Alpha Moby is your starter at 1-star. But you can upgrade them in Deckers. So we'll have a 2.0 and a underneath and a 2.1. So a 2.0 version you can add to any of your SMCs. Okay, so there's like 3 versions of each SMC. Your regular version, an upgraded, a 2.0 version, or a 2.1 version. Just kind of to increase the difficulty of each SMC. So that will give you 21 different bosses or different SMCs to play against. what you'll see in the 2.0 version is that during gold, there's actually a new, see this +1. This SMC tells you how many objectives you have in each cycle, copper, silver, or gold. So for 2.0 and 2.1, you actually face an additional gold objective. And this gold objective kind of ends like an end boss. Here they are over here. So there's going to be 4 of them. There's Tsunami, Shell Shock, Tempest, and Titanium. And this acts, you know, kind of like in video games, we have an end level boss. These Mother's Ghost, they're called. These 4 different end bosses. Yes, they're text rich, but they're going to give you a new setup, some new rules, and a new way to win the game. And your objective is to, once you've completed gold, is to then beat the end game boss. And these have early termination goals. Okay, so as soon as you complete this, every cycle in the game, copper, silver, or gold, consists of 3 turns for each player. But for these early termination ones, if you win on turn 1, 2, or 3, the game immediately ends. Right, you don't have to see out the whole turn. So these are these early termination goals. You can have a little sneaky read of those if you pause the video. But they're your end game bosses, and they're going to introduce a new kind of end twist to the game for the 2.0, 2.1 versions of each SMC, for the upgraded SMCs. All right, so these copper, silver, gold objectives, they start kind of easy, then they're middling, and then they become hard. But the point is, as you're progressing through the game and placing your programs, turning them into installations, you're going to, and powering up your deck. Remember, this is a deck building game, so you start with a basic deck, and then we've got a deck of 54 advanced cards, which mean your deck's going to get stronger. Your presence on the network is going to get stronger, and then these programs are going to bring special abilities. The installations are going to be even better special abilities as you hack this network to help you complete these objectives. So although copper may feel hard, and silver is going to be harder and gold harder still, as the game progresses, you can have more tools, you can have more presence on the network, better deck. You can have a quick look at these cards in a little while. You can have better cards and better presence on the network in order to fulfill these objectives. Okay, so here you are, you're a bunch of hackers, you're hacking this network. You're starting off with a basic deck of 15 cards, and I must say, one of the kind of unique aspects of this game is, as you upgrade your deck and buy new cards, what you'll see is each of these cards has a cost up in the top right corner. Let's have a little look. We'll grab one out of a different kind. Some cards are more expensive than others, as you can see. As you buy new cards, you're going to be replacing them 1 for 1. So your deck starts at 15 cards, and you're going to end the game with a deck of 15 cards. Okay, you'll pay the cost for these cards with cards from your hand, and those cards will come straight into your hand. All right, they don't go to the discard. You don't have to wait to cycle through your deck. You can use them straight away, and there'll be a market of cards up here, and these cards, this market will kind of act as an extension to your hand. All right, okay, so every decker will have a slightly different starting deck. So for the green player, they're going to favor green cards. So they're going to have more green cards than any other player. So I'll just show you some of these cards. This is the green player's deck. They're going to have 3 blue, 3 yellow, 3 red, but they're going to have 6 green. So you have twice as many green cards as you have red cards, yellow and blue. And the same for red. They'll have twice as many red cards as they have yellow, green and blue. All right, so let's have a look at some of these cards. And these cards are very simple. All they do is give you some basic commands. All right, now different kind of commands have different kind of function. So blue cards help you move around the network. Everyone's going to start with an avatar on the network, and this is your presence on the network, and this is where you're going to be able to upload your programs and install your installations and battle the countermeasures that the network's putting out, which are sparks. Okay, these are these black things, right? Black tokens. They're black on one side, they're white on the other. So they've got a basic side and an upgraded side, just like your stuff, right? Everything kind of going to be upgraded in this game. So your aim is to kind of defeat these sparks, these countermeasures. Every objective will give you a different goal. So here's 404 not found. It says space 4 on each decker's home server must be clear of all white or black and white or black sparks and their upgraded side, which are called guardians as it goes. Okay, so all space 4s, and you'll see that the network's made of 5 servers, right? This big tile. There's a green tile. This is a modular board. Green, red, purple, yellow, blue. Each one of these is a server, and they make up the whole network. And each has spaces 1 to 6. And what this is saying is that space 4 on each of these 5 servers must be clear of these countermeasures. Okay, so that's the copper objective here, and you can see for neural matrix, get different objective. Hackman your gold, a more difficult objective. Okay, so this is how the game progresses. We're going to be able to upload and perform all the tricks and tactics that we have to hack the network using our command cards. So blue helps you move your avatar around. Red helps you infect and fight these countermeasures. Yellow helps you, it's kind of a trickery suit. So the yellow suit helps you convert things and modify things and change things and alter things on the network. Green is a kind of cognition. It helps you lose the power of your mind. So you have these mind effects. And mechanically, green helps you operate remotely on the network. So you'll be upgrading your deck, installing these programs. Advanced cards will come with more advanced effects, and I'll be giving you more powerful programs and commands that you can use. Purple is like a wild card and can act as any color, yellow, red, green, or blue. So more advanced cards that you can buy, build into your deck, and become more of an advanced hacker. And there you go. That's the elevator pitch. There's all sorts of stuff that you can kind of extend the gameplay with. Here's our rulebook. So for example, there's a flip side to every server in the TTS mod. Forgive it. There's a variant called fragmented servers, where each server is actually split across multiple tiles. So all the yellows spaces aren't together, all the blue spaces aren't together. They're kind of split up and spread around the network. So that's fragmented servers. And we also have these packet tokens of a new variant where these packet tokens get added to the network. And each of these packet tokens, when your avatar enters their space, has a new effect. So this is the lighthouse. So for example, a lighthouse lets you act as if your installation, let's say you've installed a blue installation here on your space, the lighthouse kind of makes this thing act as if it's on any one of these adjacent spaces. Okay, so you can act as if space 4, using the power of the lighthouse, you can act as if space 4 contains a blue installation. Right, so there's all sorts of different things, these different packet cards. Some are good, some are bad. Some of them are work well for you. Some of them are countermeasures that work for the SMC and kind of work against you. So there's little traps they set, like little traps. They're kind of like alerts, right? They've detected your presence as you're moving around the network. If you check some of my other videos, I've shown you all the other colors. I might not have shown you all the flip sides to these, so let's do that right now. So in yellow we have the Techno Twins, and on the flip side we have Tilda Sweet. For red, Ocean Noro, and we have Angel Nitrate. I've shown you green. For blue, we have Hetty Magnetic, and we have Tokyo Black. Tokyo likes changing the configuration of the network. Every decker has its own special ability that is beneficial in different ways. And actually, when you pick your SMC and look at your objectives, choose your objectives, if you want, you can choose deckers that you think will be best equipped to deal with those objectives. And Leiko Mori and her counterpart Rupert Stands, they're purple. They're more advanced and they bring the power of purple, which is kind of the wild card colour to the game. And there you go, that's the elevator pitch for Decker's cooperative deck building puzzle solving game. Coming from Deep Print Games, releasing Essen 2025. Look out for it, and I'll show you a playthrough very soon.